All right, let's do this. How's everybody doing? Broke out the Blood Bowl. I was supposed to break it out a lot earlier, like before the playoffs. Earlier. I don't know. I'm gonna do it Sunday. So really early in the morning, I'm gonna do the Blood Bowl game. So we have, kind of like my pre-football game, which I did. I didn't do it last year. I did it the year before. And that worked out pretty good. I think it's on Groundhog Day. Which could present a prediction, not a prediction, problem. Let's see, what else? We're not out of beans. I got, like I said, I can always just pick somebody randomly out. One of the things that I've definitely noticed, where the making the beans are concerned, is how many people I missed. And I'm not even talking like 1 or 2 years. I'm talking like years. I'm talking like there's people that I miss that I no longer have contact with. And I'm actually a bit saddened even by that. Everything makes me sad. I'm so sad. Everything makes me sad. No. It's going along with the joke because I'm going to have a sweatshirt that says "This is my happy face," and it's the cute melancholy face. But yeah, so let's talk about things that make me sad. The good thing about, the only good thing, everybody leaving, is I don't like it. It's something I definitely don't like. But the good thing about, like, especially with people who leave with, like, notice, and you gave me your 2 weeks notice before you left me. But it wasn't a shock, and we can, like, do this, is that even if I take you out of stuff, even if you're no longer, I can't fit you because there's so much else, that needs to get put in, and I can't fit you in my thing, you still exist. You still, like, are a part of, the Bean experience, or the Q Bean experience, or the Q experience. You're part of my journey. And one of the things that, like, I was actually tempted to, like, make their beans, but they're not a part of this anymore. And it's like, where I'm at right now in my Q Bean art is very different than where it was when I was drawing it, even if it was, like, last year. When I really wasn't making beans. Or the year before, when I really wasn't, like, when I started thinking about it, I'm like going, oh yeah, I really didn't make beans. Yeah. 22 and 23, like, that's when I made the most amount of beans, and then, like, it's all been trickling around that. I made more Potteroos in 2024 than I did beans. And that's coming off of where, the first year I did Potteroos, I did more Potteroos than beans. Outright. But before I did that, I did over 300 beans in a year. Yeah, I did 1,000. I still have the most slimes. I did 1,000 slimes in a year. In fact, I was kind of excited and stuff like that, because I met another VTuber. It was a slime. Here I am saying another. I met a VTuber that was a slime, not another, because I'm not a slime. Not a slime tuber. I met a slime tuber, and I was like, so, like, I adored it so much. Like, if I was a slime tuber, I would want it to be just like that. Just absolutely crazy, off the chain, and wonderful. Yeah. The sad thing about it is, even though I adored them so much, we really didn't click. We really didn't make that connection. And it's sad, but it is what it is. But I wouldn't go turn them into a bean, because I like adored them. Just like I wouldn't take somebody who I adored prior, who for whatever reason were no longer connected. I mean, it really gets into, you really get into the heart of things, because I don't erase anything. I don't alter the history. I don't, this. And if you really look at the past stuff that I've done, especially the stuff where it's connected directly to me, you'll know that I still keep everybody in, for good or for bad. Even if they had me suspended on Twitch. Even if they went right out of their way to harm me. Or, and I think this is worse, they said that I'd have to earn their trust again. Motherfucker, what are you talking about? I've known you for 2 months, and I need to earn your fucking trust? I had somebody do that, just so you know. Just so you know. Earn their trust. We either start where we left off, or we don't do this. And if you come back into the fold, we start over from scratch. I'll do it with zero history. I think that's worse. Well, I don't think it's worse than somebody stabbing me in the back. If they told me that they were going to do it, if there was an animosity between us, I could have braced myself for it. So, somebody who I thought was my friend and basically doing that to me was just absolutely awful. And just so you know, apologies are great. Apologies are wonderful. Especially if they're sincere. I don't know if they're sincere. I can't tell. I think people just make shit up because they want something. So that's where I'm at. So it doesn't matter if they're sincere or not. It's what they do after that. And unlike the other person that I mentioned that told me I literally have to go out of my way to earn their fucking trust, they just got to be present. And I'll give you a little bit of insight. They weren't. Which is okay. It's okay. I accepted their apology. We are where we are. If you want to start over from freaking jump, I'll start over from jump. If you want to start over from where we left off, I'll start over from where we left off. But if you tell me what I have to do, or I should not do, or where I need to go and stuff like that, motherfucker, don't tell me what to do. I'm a nice guy. I'm a sweet guy. I'm a kind guy. All those things are true about me. But don't bully me. That's the one thing that I freaking do not stand. And I know bullying is an action, not people. People who bully are bullies. Plain and simple. But they are not always bullies. Like, that's where people get confused. But your actions do speak louder than your words. And if your words are trying to coerce somebody and try to convince them to do something that they don't want to do, get the fuck out of here. We should not be friends. I love advice. I ask for it all the time. I think that people have some amazing insights in things and stuff like that. But I also want to learn it. I also want to know why you don't do certain things. And I'll do them just to see what happens. I'll break whole systems. I used to do that for a living. Yeah, I'll break it. I love breaking things. I'm not so good at putting things back together, but I will, find something that works and use it. Perfect example. I used to hustle for money. I used to hustle for money when I was a kid. And I saved up enough money. And I believe I asked, I'm trying to think if I still believed in Santa Claus at the time. I might have. It's right around that, I have 2 younger brothers, so I still got Santa Claus presents after the fact. Now, to give you a little bit of a freaking notion, I had to re-believe in Santa Claus, so I had to find another meaning, and it works really well for me, and I believe in Santa Claus now. But that's beside the point. That's neither here nor there. I did ask Santa Claus to get me a robot that rolled around the floor with drinks in a tray and stuff like that, and had cute little beep boops and sayings and when I think about it now, it's like just, I don't know, not as cool as I thought it was at the time, and even when I had the robot. One of the motors burnt out, and to give an idea how long ago this was, I went to Radio Shack and bought a motor. I bought a powerful motor. Now, the problem with buying a powerful motor for a remote control robot that's not really meant to be going fast is you have to replace a lot of other things. You have to replace the board, you have to replace this, but you can't take out you can't replace the board. You have to, make the board work with a new board. I'm surprised I didn't set the house on fire. I think when I took the robot apart, did I realize that it really was a lot of smoke and mirrors. I think that was when I realized it wasn't as cool as I thought it was. I mean, it literally was a basic remote control car with a cassette tape in it. Once I realized that, I got advice. I did all my thing, but I actually didn't make. When I fixed it, I made it literally zoom around the room, like a real remote control car. And the tape deck worked, and everything like that still worked. And it overheated all the time. But yeah, it definitely was not meant for it definitely wasn't meant to be doing what it was supposed to go really slow. It couldn't hold drinks anymore because, like, literally it was like, and it would, like, pop a wheelie. It was on tracks, so I don't know how you say pop a wheelie, but it would just throw anything on the tray when it started up. In order to stop that from happening, you had to back up a little bit and go forward. That's the stuff I did when I was a kid. I love taking things apart. I love seeing how they work. It's like, even with movies, I don't care about this. I don't care. I'm not in it. I don't watch a movie for the M. Night Shyamalan freaking reveal. Oh, I definitely don't watch movies for that. And most times I see it coming a mile away. And movie makers think that that's a bad thing. They'd rather have them say, I didn't see it coming. And for me, I rather, even if somebody gives me spoilers, it doesn't fucking matter. Spoilers don't change the production value, don't change the script. Spoilers don't change how, things were shot, cinematography. Using the use of special effects to be blending to where you don't even notice that it was there. Those are the things like I look for in a movie. They could put together, they could put together a movie like Clerks, that I think was done for $10,000. And supposedly. But a movie that was done for $10,000 and basically with a bunch of your high school friends and things like that. Because who else would work for that cheap? Who else in the world would work that cheap? But yeah, you could put together. I like Clerks. Even if Dante J gets shot at the end, I like it. I don't mind that ending. So script first, always. How they put it together, how well the cast, gels and works. And just so you know, I don't care if the cast likes each other or not. I mean, there's some harsh things that freaking have to go on to get the type of reaction out of actors. I'm totally there. I'm totally with you. But I'm not a believer in the method acting, and maybe that's why I'm such a bad actor. I prove my own fucking point. But yeah, I think I adore a lot of things that Daniel Day-Lewis does. He is the quintessential method actor. I used to compare him to Sir Laurence Olivier. If I were to be an actor, I would love to be like Laurence Olivier. If it were me, I would love to be that, where who you are becomes part of the role, becomes part of like you make it your own as opposed to method. And I understand, like when you're doing historical figures like Daniel Day-Lewis does, it's like or you do real life people, it's like you gotta kind of be that person. And I totally, I'm not, and I can totally understand, like where it's once you come out of that, it's hard to get right back into it. So it's better to just be involved in it, and then you can like ad lib, and you don't have to worry about breaking character and things like that. Like I said, I don't know if it makes it better. I don't know if Daniel Day-Lewis is the Laurence Olivier of our time. I think he is the Daniel Day-Lewis of our time. I think if I had to pick an actor who's close to that, I would probably say Robert Downey Jr., who makes the roles his own, even when he's playing historical figures like Charlie Chaplin. There is a blend of a Chaplin-esque thing, but it's definitely clearly Robert Downey Jr., and he disappears into the role. He becomes part of it. He's very believable in the roles that he plays. And some people call that method acting, and I'm like, yeah, that's a little bit of method, I guess. He did the movie Less Than Zero, and like, art imitating life, or life imitating art. Happened. But I look at like things that he's done. The Singing Detective, for example. It's it's masterful in my mind. And I think, and this is where it hits home for me, and it's probably one of the reasons of what informs my thinking is that they don't lose themselves. Even Daniel Day Lewis, I don't think loses himself. It's his craft. It's his art. And I think that, for the actors that do, and if that is Daniel Day Lewis's, what happens with him, I can understand why he doesn't want to make movies all the time. Because even if it's you, it's no longer yours. And I have that with my art all the fucking time. Like all the time. Alrighty. Yeah, I'm talking about my art, and I got sidetracked with parking. When I was younger, my art was my art. I created it. I still owned it. It was still my signature, and not just like my name. The way I drew was my signature art. Um, I got hired. I got hired by a bunch of companies. They saw how I could mimic, and they abused that idea. I didn't know it was wrong at the time. Well, I didn't know how much harm it was doing to me at the time, and it it changed my entire art, changed my perspective on things, and it wasn't mine. It's I still see, not as often as I would like, but I still see people wearing um the stuff I created. Those are mine, and I can't tell them that, and I don't own it. I don't have any rights, property, or any signature on it. They've cleaned that out. Even if I did do it, but I didn't know better. When I had my own company and I was making production things for movies, props, and you know, we did effects, makeup, and you know, all that fun shit. When we did all of that, and I was doing all of that, I got lost in it. It didn't become mine. Hell, half the productions took my name off of the out of the movie and did kind of a nod at the end, like a thanks. Like if I used my real name and went back to California and said I am I'd use it. I am Q Bean, and if they look at me, they would look at me like I had two heads. Like, who the fuck is that? I think Q Bean right now is more popular than my own name. And I thought I was famous. Cool Beans in the comments below. Doesn't have to be Cool Beans, it can be whatever you want. And wherever you are, whatever you're doing, I hope you're having a fantastic time doing it. And I will catch you on the flip side. We are going to be doing a special Saturday event, and then we are going to be doing Super Bowl Sunday, and that will be for the next week's schedule. And I will have that up soon. Take care of yourselves. Be well. And wherever you are, whatever you're doing, I hope you're having a fantastic time doing it. All right. See you Saturday. All right, bye.